So we had a perspective from a state government, we had a perspective from a leading PSU, Indian Oil Corporation. Let's have a perspective from a PSU which is under the aegis of education. And we have with us Dr. B. Chandrasekar, Executive Director, EdCIL, who will be talking about disruptive improvements in education through technology-led offerings. A huge round of applause for him, please.
Thank you, Goswami, for a brief introduction and inviting. My co-panelist here, organizers of the APAC team, the technology service provider. It's a wonderful exhibition outside. Young entrepreneurs who have gathered here, technocrats, ladies and gentlemen. So this topic is very relevant, appropriate at this juncture. We know this, the pre-COVID, the COVID period, and the post-pandemic has enabled technology as one of the key things in driving force, whether it is in production, manufacturing, services, including education, is not left around. So I'm just going to briefly talk on the disruptive improvements in education through innovation technology-enabled solutions. It's appreciable that the technology has been growing fast. It has been changing with trends, changing with end-user requirement, and the kind of present economic growth. So learning through aided solutions are the recent trends in the learning ecosystem, be it is in the classroom or outside classroom. Today, the learning has gone seamless. At one point of time, it was either home-based learning or classroom learning. But today, throughout, the technology has enabled, it has come into the palm, and we are learning at all times. So that is the kind of change we need to see how this has changed the growth. The learning technology has varied with trend, scope, potential, and development. When I say all these, again, still we are focused to what is that we want, what the learner aspires, what the service provider looks at. Again, we talked about morning the cybersecurity while the technology is growing, but we have also at least the education system has been able to put in place the secured system of learning having its own space. So we term the learning in two phases. One is they are available, leading to a formal certification. Otherwise, it's improving the learning in terms of value additions or in terms of capacity building. When we look at all these learning resources, again, it has gone, it's a large phase of development. One is, when we started with computerization of certain services, it's a fixed learning, which is called as one of the older version where we had only PDF sort of books. The NCERT had its learning basket where the entire class 1 to class 12 books were available online. That was the first instance where technology-enabled learning began. Today, we talk about several aspects like asynchronous learning, synchronous learning, hybrid, collaborative learning. It means that the learning has come live. We can look at a 2D model, a 3D model, even now look at applications of artificial intelligence, machine learning, augmented reality, and virtual reality. So the kind of learning has changed from the conventional mode of, today we call it as PDF books and e-books available, converting into kind of augmented reality models. So the learning has changed quickly in terms of getting a feedback, what the learner aspires, how the learner aspires, how he is able to absorb the concept, reflect, at the same time he is able to improve on his skill sets. So that's the kind of change that technology has enabled. If you look at what the government of India has made in terms of learning initiatives, there are Swayam. Now we have a Swayam Prabha portal with the entire learning, whether it is in school space, whether it is in higher education space, or in terms of languages, is all now today available online. The students learn in terms of modular fashion, or takes a comprehensive learning, or takes a certification, or gaining. So it's completely made flexible. The NPTEL, National Program on Technology-Enabled Learning, where today, at one point of time, we have been thinking that IITs are exclusive for veterans or who have excelled in their academics, get into that. Today, these lectures are available to common common people, or students, learners in the rural areas also. Diksha is another platform, again made by NCRT, which is a complete platform for capacity building teacher training. It's understood that yes, while technology was available, there was a kind of an apprehension that yes, whether teachers will be eliminated out of the system. No, they become more of a facilitator in terms of browsing through the complete syllabus, augmenting the technology enabled learning to strengthen the capacity and quality of teaching learning. It's wonderful to see that even e-skilling, today we have the vocational education on the complete technology enabled platform. The NSTC has completely pooled the kind of modular skill courses available. But however, this learner has to do an internship combined with kind of e-learning to get a certification process. The e-Pathshala, the Samarth for higher education, completely technology solutions made available for higher education. So these are some of the technology solutions available currently in India. At most, I think amongst the Asian countries, India has taken a lead in making a pool of these learning resources made available. And today, learners also have a flexibility to choose at any point of time whether he needs a certification or an examination system. So the technology has grown to such an extent that these emerge in a short span of time. I've been telling about the technology, the learning system, the certification system is changing very fast and rapidly. We have the technologies which I have already mentioned about, whether it is artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data systems, virtual wares are the recent concept in the learning, including the chat GPT. I should not miss that out. We have virtual teacher assistants who the learners can put a query and automatically it brings you the query system. It's a completely learner oriented. So, it's well known that India is transforming into a digitally empowered nation and a vibrant knowledge economy. The technology solutions will continue to change, which is continually dynamic and have the potential to grow with time, increased learners, and having access to quality education. So, with these few words, I thank the audience here for having patiently listened about what technology, what educational technology means, and how it will benefit the learners, and what are the kind of systems available in this country, and government of India's initiative in this, and going through what the new applications will be a change agent in terms of learning and certification. Thank you once again.
Thanks, Dr. B. Chandrasekar, Executive Director of EdCIL, for sharing with us kind of work being done in the education sector and the various aspects of technology from the days of classroom learning to the hybrid model of learning, and how technology has been an enabler to change to bring about that sea change in how the education being imparted, and also the various programs and how emerging technologies is playing a huge role in terms of education sector.